everybody. This is a third session of the Moonshae's Isle Mysteries. And, there's really no change in cast, so I don't think we need to do any introductions. But, anyone here would like to do a sort of introduction on what happened last session? Actually, how about I do it today? Since we are sort of on a tight schedule. First things first, our group had just went off to meet up with the people at the Snowdown area, the Snowdown Isles, where they met the man who sort of gave more light on what has been happening in the lovely area of Faerun. Ooh. And let's see. And they met some bandits. And they made sort of a light arrangement of meeting and working together. So, let's pick up where we left off last session. So you all are sort of now all inside the bandits' sort of makeshift tent area. And they have a whole map of what the forest looks like for all of you. And you see that it's just full of different passageways, maps, and you see that they marked some key locations down of some interesting notations. And by the time they y'all are sort of situated, they made sure that you all had proper seating. And the main bandit chief sort of sits on down on the end table of the map. So, now, I know this might be a little bit of an uneasy alliance for right now, but we need to make sure that these foul-mouthed Oxon Moors will not come back to our parts anytime soon. And I don't know exactly what that head honcho is asking you to get for him, but I can assure you that as long as you don't meddle into our things, and we take a good portion of what they have, then we promise you that we will not take any of your things and return them. Now,
Sounds good, I guess.
of course. Now, and he pulls out sort of the small little island, and you all should see it's basically the bottom portion of the map for you guys. The bottom right of the map of the Snowdown Island. And he points towards a mall sun. Now, we've been tracking many of the activities of some of their members. And at this point, we could sort of conclusively say that they've been gathering all their more valuable items up on that mound. From what I can tell, many of them have been less than enthused about being watched so carefully by so many eyes. And at this point, I believe they might be doing a major move of all their more highly prized possessions sometime this week. I do not know when. So if you want to try to get whatever you're looking for, I assure you, you have to do it within the week. Now, if they want to try to get out of the city and undetected by those magical items, I assume that they will take this little area passageway right there, going up to the land drain. Because that's the only possible way to get out of the city without anyone really making a huge fuss. Because all the coast around the city, around the isle, are just basic cliffs and hanging areas.
Okay, Kira will whisper to the others. Okay, that sounds great, but what exactly are we looking for?
That's a little heads up.
I
You
forgot.
are all looking for a crystal eye.
Ooh, yeah, the crystal eye. Okay, I remember.
A crystalline eye.
And that's
Right.
the objective we were given when we first arrived in Snowdown?
Yep.
Okay. And presumably it has to do with that mound you're describing?
Yeah, Mosul Sun. Right here.
Okay.
There should be some tents or items right up there.
Should be.
Should be. That's what I have on hand from the last time we scouted that area.
Whose tents exactly?
The Oxen Moor. They usually
Gotcha.
leave some sort of trace that they're them. Usually some sort of horns or some sort of sheep imagery. Or an ox. Usually one of those to indicate that they are them.
Okay.
And from what I can tell, they have a massive payload that they might want to ship on over to an undetermined location.
And they're gonna be mobilizing within the week, so that's our deadline.
Yes.
Gotcha.
For 1 week to get the money.
And I can assure you, me and my men can help in any way possible, as long as we know that you can support us as well.
Oh yeah, sure, absolutely.
Yeah.
And to clarify, are out of character, are these guys related to the guys we spoke to when we first arrived?
No, these are just bandits. Just no
Okay, they're
regular
just
bandit.
a run-of-the-mill bandit faction.
Yeah, run of the mill bandit faction.
Okay. Yeah, I don't have beef. That's fine. Uh, I imagine you'd prefer we didn't report our collaboration to uh, the guys we're with in Westfall.
It would be
At least
appreciated.
for the time being.
Sure.
It would be appreciated if our whereabouts are on the low key.
Oh, that's good to know.
But
Yeah, we got you.
if you can somehow put in more of a favorable light with them, then it should be all
Well,
good.
So long as you uphold your end of the bargain, I guess.
And I can
I
assure
think
you that
can
we
be
will.
arranged. So I'm curious as to how exactly you've come by so much information. It seems as if the Oxenmore are to some degree aware of your observations of them.
Well, unlike those royals and the guardsmen that normal folks speak with, bandits and our kind normally have some sort of respect for each other. So we usually have more of a mutual understanding of not screwing each other over. However, with these types of folks, it's an entirely different situation. They had broken the bandit's code. And they'd rather have not done that. I've already sent word to several other bandit local seps around the Moonshae Isles that I have previously had contacted with. And I've made them aware of what has been happening.
So make the other bandits don't attack us in the zone. Protection.
Mm-hmm. And who knows if we still have our mutual respect by the end of this mission. I might send some mutual notice about 5 individuals who could be of assistance if any of them get into a sticky situation with the ox on moor.
Nice.
Well, that would certainly be helpful. And we have at least just the one item which we're searching for, so perhaps to sweeten the deal for you, we will leave just about whatever else we find to your capable hand.
And I
She would give a side-eyed glance to Saro.
and I do appreciate the honor. Anywho. Let's try to figure out how we can get this situation under our favor.
Okay, so this is going to be a collaborative effort. That was never clear.
Yeah,
But-
it's a collaboration between a.
Bandits.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. I can get behind that. We should certainly take a moment to rest while we're planning.
Yeah.
What sorts of resources and existing knowledge? This is my character towards the man we're speaking to. What sorts of resources and existing knowledge do you have regarding the Oxon Moor camp?
From what we can tell, they have at least one of their high operatives, one of their key people,
Mm-hmm.
might be coming on by. It's uncertain if they are actually going to be here or not.
Coming on by in what capacity?
Well, from what I can tell, it's going to be on the lighter end of people on guard, since our little isle here is of lesser importance than the other isles around here.
It is a bit out of the way.
Mm-hmm.
But are they coming by in ambassador capacity? Are we peaceful towards them? Hostile even? What's the expectation in terms of relations here?
Well, from what I can tell, they tend to be more of the aggressive side if provoked. But other than that, you can't. They're like any other sort of entourage that happen to be coming down the road. Usually there's at least one magic user in the group.
So we expect them to passing by, not deliberately visiting the camp.
Possibly.
Okay. That seems very comfortable for an ambush.
Yes. And I do believe that our little friend will be coming on by through on sort of a horseback and carriage method, going to Langdrain.
Okay. So they'll be passing from the south.
Mm-hmm. So if there might be anything of, you know, great importance that might catch a key interest of you and your men, it might be of your best interest to try to get to that cot.
When do we expect them?
You see, we expect them to be here tomorrow.
Tomorrow. Among the party, does anybody know if we're expected in Westfall, or if we're operating from Westfall intentionally, or if they just told us to get the crystal eye, but do whatever we want along the way?
I don't know.
Because I have no qualms camping here for the night. But I do not want to raise suspicion if we're expected back in Westfall.
As I recall, there was nothing uh, to that effect. The only objective we were given was to retrieve and return the Eye of Frozen Water, that jewel. Whatever happens in between us leaving Westfall and returning with it, it's up to our discretion.
Okay, marvelous. I do prefer to do whatever I want.
So I think resting here for the night and turning to the captain, if that is permitted,
Of
would be
course.
beneficial. And capturing the ambassador or this leader could flush them out of Mosul sooner rather than later.
Of course. I understand.
Perhaps our best bet is for you, maybe tomorrow, when we can wait for this leader to come through, so that you and your men are not implicated in the attack. At which point, you and your men can go to Mosul and keep an eye on things.
I will send two of my men two of my best men to scout out that area. And I'll send three of my best men to scout out that area. Since usually they are more of if there's an administrative person there, usually it is of more of their people will be around scouting out their location, preparing for any potential unforeseen events.
And she would turn and look to the others. I, of course, do not want to speak for everyone. How does that sound to all of you, us attacking or waylaying this carriage?
Yeah, sounds like a good plan.
Yeah.
I'm sure there, and she would probably look to Sarah. I'm sure there will be plenty of loot if that helps.
Money!
Alrighty.
Me like a money.
Perhaps enough to make up for not taking every from most.
Of course. So let's also have rest on for tonight. And, all of you sort of rest on up, get prepared. And, by the time you all sort of get together, the next day, you all sort of set out, including the bandit chief and the one of his other men, to one of the possible insurgents places.
Do we have anyone from the bandits camp helping us with this?
Yeah, the bandit chief. And the one of his bandits. And remember, you all do have that call for the dragon.
Oh, yeah, right.
True. Nah.
I thought I should.
Thanks for reminding us.
I'm worried about that calling a lot of attention. Unless dragons aren't very big and are fairly commonplace.
Yeah, dragons are fine. They're normal sightings around.
Either way, Abraxas is not going to summon his dragon.
Well, all of you share the same dragon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's not going to use his until, like, dire straits. Like, turn the tides sort of dire.
That's big brain move.
As you all sort of wait around. Let's see. You'll start to see. It cares.
Yeah, close enough.
Close enough to one. Rolling past you all.
I use minor illusion to put something in the road. They stop.
What is going to be your minor illusion?
Fallen tree.
Okay.
Oh, no, a big one. in here.
Okay. You said tremors, right?
Fallen tree.
Fallen tree? Okay. So,
But a small one.
okay, so
To stop, but not to change direction.
alright, so you cast a sort of smallest tree and it sort of falls on down.
With
And the
that,
car
Abraxas is going to step out.
and the carriage stops right in front of it. And you see on the front two men, sort of in more regal attire, as if they are stagecoach people.
Mm.
What are you guys going to do?
What was Abraxas about to do?
He's just stepping out, arms crossed.
Okay.
And Cassia would likewise step out a little bit farther, but on the opposite side of the carriage, and casting thaumaturgy on herself so that her voice booms as she says, "We seek to speak with the leader of the Oxen Moor in the carriage."
Yeah, and Kira will also step on the road and will put on her most intimidating look, which probably looks kind of funny from this very tiny, fragile-looking halfling.
Abraxas doesn't even need to try. He's got the horns, the wings, lack of shadow. He's got it all.
And with
Can
that,
I,
oh, go on. Why are you?
can,
What?
can I say the stealthy in a stealthy way? Go to the cart and enter without being noticed.
All right. So, as you all sort of get surround the thing, and obviously you guys all do what you're said to do. Uh, you see the door open right on up. And you see that inside, there's a coming out. What seems to be a turtle in more of a regal outfit. How can I help you all?
I glance around towards the other party members, wondering who wishes to begin the confrontation.
Definitely not me.
I think with nobody else speaking up, Cassia would probably she'd have no qualms chiming in.
Abraxas is going to step out. He's 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 going to step out.
moving up a bit and say, do you speak on behalf of the Oxen Moor?
Who says I am not?
I'll consider it merely a clarifying question regarding identity. Now, would he be, just as a point of out of character, point of clarification? Is he wearing, or is the turtle wearing any sort of insignia that they would recognize as associated with the Oxen Moor?
For that you have to roll perception or insight or whatever it is. Investigation. Investigation.
Okay. First roll of the game. Here we go.
6. From what you can tell, there's no immediate insignia on top of, uh, thing you to tell you that it is, or isn't Tabax part of the Oxen Moor.
Oh, well then perfect. All the more pertinent her question, because she doesn't know. So she would just be waiting for the turtle to answer.
I'll ask again. How may I be of help to you all? And he grabs a stick out of the cart and lays it down right beside him.
Well, we wish to parley with the Oxen Moor regarding a certain item that has gone missing.
I see. Is this what you're talking about? And he sort of twists his hand. And you see a giant, like, sort of a big crystalline eye filled with blue and a red iris in the middle.
Oh,
Question,
that's pretty. It could be it.
Is it here actually? He's summoning it?
Yeah, kind of. It just popped into his hand.
Can I try and snatch it with my cat o' nine tails?
Ooh.
Sure, try.
18.
And remind me, what does Cat of Nine do? Whatever.
It's effectively a reflavored whip.
Oh yeah. eh, As you sort of whip on out, it wraps around it, but the Toro sort of, and you feel a sudden pull as you are flying right over here.
Alrighty, and he will open his wings and just gently glide over.
Now, that isn't how you're supposed to meet a new friend. As the two guards behind him sort of hop on down, And you see both of them are sporting two instruments. Now, would you all like to try to restart our conversation? As he sort of poofs the thing away, the crystal eye away.
When
Where
you say
is him exactly in the map?
He's let me pull up a little icon for you guys. Uh, he is currently right here on the map. As a
What
little,
about his? Yeah, his friends.
his friends are right here and right here. So basically, right behind him.
Mm-hmm.
Zero enter the card, go through
Uh,
to
ooh.
look for loot inside.
Okay, so do investigation as you sort of rumble around inside. $13. As you hop on in and look around, you see that inside is actually kind of barren, as if there isn't really anything. Like it looks like on the outside, it looks like a normal carriage, but on the inside, there's nothing to note of what an actual carriage is on the inside. However, as you sort of check around, you do see a small compartment area on the back wall on like the back end. So if the horses are on this side of the thing, then it would be on the back end right here. Like a little compartment area. Sort of indicating that there's something peculiar about it.
I open it.
As you open it, you see that inside are two crystals. Both are,
Zero whisper like, shiny.
yeah, two crystals, and they are in the shape of the same things that if you saw it, the turtle had in his hand.
Eye that make disappear or the stick.
Uh, um, can you repeat that for me, please?
The crystal are the balls, the eyes.
Uh, kind of, kind of.
Can I see which one is the one that we are searching for?
Um, do me another. Do me actually. Roll. Uh, I'll let you roll whatever you feel like is appropriate for trying to.
Mm,
So it's either investigation or insight, depending on if you actually have. If you're proficient in jewelry making. So that would be I'm forgetting what tools exactly. But yeah. Okay, insight 4, 12. You sort of examine both, feel them, sort of get a rough estimate. And by the time you are done, both feel like they could be exactly what you're looking for.
Both.
Both.
Nothing more.
There's nothing more.
Just that.
Those two.
So I go through the car, exit from the other side, and take the guy from the neck. He's in the back and take from the neck with his entire arm,
Roll me a
like
stealth.
hostage. And
18. Actually, you managed to sneak on around and do me accuracy and try to attack.
what?
Oh, are you? What exactly are you trying to sneak around or whatever?
I'm trying to sneak behind
Oh,
guys
sneak.
with the staff and the entire arm in his neck, like taking so he can move.
Okay,
Like
so
I grab my arm through his head, put my dagger in his throat, like don't move.
oh, okay. So as you try to do that, your arm goes right on through, as if he was just not there. And as you do, the image, the turtle just disappears. As if it would seem as if only he was an illusion of a man. However, the two but the two that surround him have seen your attempt. However, let's see if these two will actually. Boop. $17 for that.
In the moment I see he's fake, can I say fuck and jump back inside the car? Like, dude!
Alright, let's see. Bandit Captain. And then the captain will move up here. And then do the multi attack. So that'll be 1, 2. And then a dagger. Alright, so. Okay, so. One of them goes on down as the bandit chief sort of runs on over. Slashes twice, one of which misses. But one of them knocks on down as the other one gets severely hurt in the knee by one of the arrows.
the bandit or the guard?
Uh,
Guard.
the one of the bandits, like the not the bad bandits, the Oxenmore. So the yellow are the Oxenmore.
Which is one of the guards died.
Yeah, one of the guards died.
The other one is still alive.
Mm-hmm.
I go and um, throw it to the ground and so he can move to interrogate him.
Does anyone else want to try to do something?
If I don't know, I'll let everybody else say if they want to try and do anything before I have a thought on what Cassio would try to do, but I'll let the others go first.
Braxis will look over to Cassia. It's just speak infernal. Want this one alive?
Responding in Infernal. Agreed.
Alrighty. He is actually going to
Oh,
go ahead.
no, you go ahead. Sorry.
He's going to walk up to this guard here and go for a pommel strike with his rapier.
All right, roll.
17 to hit.
It hits.
And this is going to be all non-lethal.
All right, so you knock him on out, and all of you have an opportunity to tie him up or do whatever you feel like it's necessary for this type of person. Oh yeah, the loot. Yeah, whatever you feel like you guys are comfortable with doing.
I think Cassia is gonna. Cassia would go over to the dead bandit and search the body for anything like messages, notes from their leaders, trying to get any additional information that she can.
All right,
Pero shout to him. The money is mine.
and as you search the body, and if you do as well, it's sort of similar. You find 2 daggers, a set of fine clothing, a small folded up note, and a horn. And on the other body, exact same thing, except for a horn. It is a drum.
Okay. She would read the note.
On top of the note, it reads, it's just a simple image of where the cart should head to.
And what does it? Where were they headed?
They were heading exactly where the bandit chief, the good bandit chief, was sort of indicating towards, of land drain.
Okay.
Can we take the clothes of the guards, and go to the place like if we were the people that they were expecting?
Well, there's nothing else of note other than indicating to go to the docks. There's no contact names, no form of communication other than get to the docks of Sandrin.
Yes, but someone is probably going to be waiting for. And
It would seem so.
we can to think that we are uh, people there waiting for. I say that
Right.
to my the rest of the group in my character.
Try to sneak up on plain sight.
Yes. Also, I found this, and I take the balls. Shiny.
And you said, Amen, that what Sero found were 2 gems that looked like what the turtle had made appear in their hand.
Yeah.
Huh.
Oh,
And
oh,
it's like,
that's
Money!
great.
And I move the balls like money. Shake them.
Well, I wouldn't be too hasty, my friend, since at least one of those, if at least one of them is the real thing, is precisely what we have to take back to Westfall.
Oh,
But I don't
I
see
will
why
still
we
have
shouldn't try
one.
and sell the other ones.
Oh my god, they look so cool. Can I hold one?
Yeah, okay. And I give him the ball.
Great. And I want to have a good look over it, have a good look on it. Maybe, like, is this like, with my archaeology background, is this some artifact I could have read something about?
can you, what background did you choose again?
Archaeology.
Hierarchy.
If we get out of the road, I can also cast Identify.
Like it's not like a feed from the background just when I enter a dungeon, but just is there something I could have read about when I because I'll like a history check or something.
Okay,
Does it
so
ring any bells?
So, as you sort of take a look, from your archaeology background, you can sort of tell that this is, at least in part, both are pieces of a larger sculpture, as if it was expertly taken out.
Assembly.
Like,
Nice.
Vex's explanation of this is someone like actually doing surgery and taking the eyeballs out of a human being, of like perfectly like 2 eyes, and both sort of have some sort of pulsating energy to them. You can't tell if it's magical or some sort of outer worldly things are possessing these things, but you can tell that these are meant to be part of a much bigger piece.
Okay, I will share that information and say, "This is so cool! Like it's out of a statue, but not just a chopped down statue, but like, oh my god, this is such good craftsmanship."
What that mean?
And
That money?
well, yeah, I guess, but it's so interesting, so fascinating. Where does it come from?
From what you can tell from your background, it is from some sort of magical um, temple or something. Unless you want to specifically roll for religion and
Oh yes,
religion, then
absolutely. What is it? Oh no.
uh, with that 4, you can't exactly tell uh, from what sort of religion this is from.
Can I check for that?
Uh, yeah,
I
actually,
already have.
you can roll for advantage if that's the case. If two,
I roll religion. What? How do I do a roll with advantage?
roll with advantage.
How do I do it? I don't know how to use.
Just roll twice. Roll twice. 15 and
8. Let's see it. Say.
okay. So with that 15, you can kind of tell that this is what you can believe is one of the older gods.
Why only 15?
Yeah, on the 15.
It, it didn't show the other roll.
Oh, what did you roll for the other one?
It was a 15 and the other one was an 8.
8. Yeah, so I'll take that 15. I'll take that 15. Um. So yes, you can tell that this is one of the older part of like a statue of the older gods. Specifically, going an old being that went by 2 names. The Lord of the Ruins, or the Flamed One.
Can I make a go to if I know about that that specific person? God.
Mm-hmm.
So an insight.
Yeah, insight.
Oh,
With that natural 1, you don't know that much.
damn.
From what you can tell, it's that those were the only 2 things that you really know
Okay.
about the title.
I say what I know to the rest, so to see if someone knows something more.
All right. For those who actually are proficient in religion, we can roll with advantage.
Okay.
With that knowledge of the old, both of those times. Oh,
Yes, nice.
Um,
Nice.
So yeah, I guess Kira remembers something from her studies.
yeah. So you remember that there is used to be an.
May he give it a try?
Oh yeah. So with the combined power of both Abraxius and Kira, both of you sort of work your minds and sort of come to the conclusion that this is in fact an extraplanar. And um, old one of the old seven lost gods that used to bow down to an old deity. And used to be an extraplanar entity of unknown origin named Tyrantrax Tyraxius. And he used to be able to go from body to body and possessing bodies of some extra magical powers. And he was a really weak entity. There's no doubt about that from your guys' research into him. But he used to be one of the most feared of his kind before he magically disappeared. There's no documentation of where he went nor how he was lost. But from the most common source of what happened is that there used to be a huge battle between gods. And most likely, he perished along with several others or locked up because of his action against the new gods who are now in control. And this also includes, Lord Owl, who sort of oversees everything, the new deities coming into power, our little goblin friend who appeared in our Session Zero, Garth, and any other sort of beings of magical and of interest. And any other major deities that are being practiced now. So that's what all you sort of gathered.
Yes, and Kira is beaming with joy and excitement because old artifacts with religious stuff, that's like her lane. Um, and okay, so we need to, okay, like the guy back in town wanted to have one of those crystal eyes. Did he say for what exactly?
But out of this, these people stole it from him to bring back their god.
Ooh, yes.
You don't
That
remember
can't be
that?
good, right?
No. No, it's not.
Hmm. So maybe my order would be interested in the other eye. Like I guess it's a powerful ancient artifact. Maybe they could study it or something.
Mm.
I mean,
it's
we only need to bring back one of the eyes.
Yes.
True.
This is very true, yes, and perhaps your order could learn more that would help us in terms of what we're dealing with. This Oxon Moor is, to our knowledge, just one group seeking to bring back some fallen being. But who's to say there aren't other groups out there who may wish to have similar powers brought back?
So turn in one, keep the other.
Oh,
Yes,
Yep,
sounds
I'm
good.
for it.
And that's all. All of you sort of talk about it. The the bandit captain that was with you all, sort of comes up and like, yeah, thank you, all of you. I'll allow you to keep those 2 pieces of artifacts. I don't see any value of taking those from you. Now,
You can take the card. It's a good card.
of course, and I heard back from some of my men that the camp that was nearby has suddenly been taken down and sort of left a sort of vacant area. So, seems like they knew that things were going south as soon as they heard what happened. Now, as appreciation,
Oh.
I would like to give you all something special
Yeah.
as appreciation. And he sort of hands one of you, or he takes out of his side bag a book and puts it forward for anyone to take. This is a book. If any of you are so inclined to learn of some more efficient ways of battling, this is a book for those who might want to learn about the new inventions that have been happening. And for those who want to take a closer look, it's a book about learning and operating and maintaining firearms.
ooh, that'll be interesting for the Marine.
Yeah,
Yes.
I think Cassia would hold out her hand to take it, and then hold the book out to whomever else wants it.
I won!
Now, as I am thus a smaller bandit thing, I can't provide any suitable equipment for you to actually practice on. However, you should be able to learn these things, how to maintain them within a week. So, best of luck with all of you. And both him and his bandit friend sort of run on off, and that is the last time you all sort of see him.
What a nice guy.
Mm.
Do we actually know his name?
No, never picked up his name.
Bandit McSeevia Pants.
Can I check if I know him?
Uh,
Because my background is criminal.
you can roll with major disadvantage. So that means you take 10 points off of whatever you roll.
Um, what I roll
Uh,
inside?
insight, yeah, insight.
2 20s, go.
Super disadvantage.
If it's a natural, then yeah, fine, whatever. But 16. And one more roll for me, please.
Uh,
So -5.
God damn it.
From what you can make of him, he's this big, strong, sexy man to you. So that's what you can assume his name to be. Big, strong,
To
sexy
such a
man.
degree that you even forgot your own name. Oh my.
Yeah. I love D&D sometimes. Just making stupid shit up for nicknames.
It's a good name for a bandit.
Yes.
Big, strong, sexy guy, yeah.
But yes, they head on off. And you don't really, hear from them again. But yeah, you all sort of pack up your things, and it's up to you guys now if you want to head back to the place, the saw.
In the
But
where
the
the
eye.
cat were. We already moved.
All right.
Back to Westfall.
Yeah, West Point.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so all of you head on back to Westfall, and you turn in to one of the things. And for the sake of argument and role playing, since I am cutting this down by 30 minutes,
Mm-hmm.
you all sort of turn over the correct item, and you all get compensated for roughly 75 gold pieces altogether for all 5 of you.
Okay.
I see if I can make him give us more.
Roll me a persuasion. Quick persuasion.
I was gonna say, yeah. Cassia would have tried to do the same, but like, really?
Okay, yeah,
75 for the 4 of us? So,
5 of you. Okay.
19 persuasion.
With that 19 and the 9, both of you are able to um, get one firearm, a pistol, and a bag of powder and 6 bullets. Or 12 bullets in total for it.
Ooh, Abraxas is definitely taking a pistol.
Each one got a pistol or only
Um,
one?
you all together get 3 pistols and 12 bullets, and for per firearm you get a bag of powder, small bag of powder, to use for the pistols for the bullets.
Zero, keep a pistol in mind.
I'll pass.
All right.
Cassia would take them. Would take a pistol, bullets, and powder.
All righty. And with that, you have roughly 9 more minutes. I'll allow you guys to decide where you all will want to go next. And if there's anything of note that you might want to try to do in town. Because there are enough stands and places that you might get enough more equipment if you also have the Zaya.
I want to search for some alchemy book that tell something about explosive powder.
You are able to find it, and it cost 5 gold pieces.
I take it.
All right.
Is there? Can I find any way to contact my order? Like, I don't know how fast a message would go. A letter.
You can hire a bird, messenger bird, because I think at this point you don't have messaging stone.
Probably not.
And you can send one for 5 gold pieces if you want it within 1 gold piece if you want it to send the message at any time. 5 gold pieces if it's 3 gold pieces if it's going to be within the week, or 5 gold pieces if it's going to be within the day the message is being sent. So in general, how fast you want to send the message is concurrent with how much gold pieces you want it to send. All that.
Okay. I will first I will first have a conversation with my party members and like ask. Okay, so I'm not sure like how much should I no wait a moment. I'm not sure what I want to ask here. No, it's all right. I just draft the letter to my mentor. And yeah, I'll oh god, words. I need the words. And I'm telling him that I'm on the Moonshae Isle and everything is super duper cool and all right, and there's absolutely no need to worry about me. And hey, by the way, I might have found something, and I'm just curious if he'd have if he ever had to do anything with this like crystal eye and this old gods, and I don't know. Maybe it's nothing, but yeah, I just stumbled upon something. Maybe it's something interesting. I don't want to disclose too much of the details because I want to prove myself. So just I'll try to be as vague as possible and just ask about some of the stuff I learned about the crystal. If he can tell me some more about the crystal eye without telling him that I found the crystal eye.
Alrighty. Anyone else want to do something?
I'm probably going to spend about an hour playing music in town before going back to wherever it is we're staying and dedicating the rest of my time to studying the my medium armor manual that I have.
Alrighty. Roll me a performance, please.
Mm.
18. You're able to sort of do some fun performance for little kids. Able to bring out some families, all that, and get roughly 3 gold pieces in total to add to your pouch, and you get to lie down, rest up, read, and yeah. Anyone else before we head off to talk about promoting what we're all are going to be doing? If you have anything.
Cassia would just continue practice, once they get settled back in before they just meet to decide where they're going to go from here. She would just be continuing to practice with calligrapher supplies.
Alrighty.
And
Develop the-
Brax is going to be reading the firearm book as well as looking for a ship either to charter or one that's being given away.
Alrighty.
I just realized I don't know how to where to get the reply back. But like, where is there like
Oh, as you sort of pay and write and stuff, they talked about the process, and you learned that as long as you carry a specific pen, and they hand you like a little like a rosé flower on your pouch, on any sort of clothing or on your person, they will send a messenger bird with like to come give you the message. So
that's handy.
yeah,
Okay. Yes, and how much gold was it for quick sending?
for like the quickest sending, it's 5 gold pieces.
Okay, and that's in a day?
Yeah, within the day, the message could be sent.
Okay. 5 gold. Yeah, that's fair. I'll do that. Okay.
All right.
That's it.
All right. Anyone else wants to do something? Because
So
quick. Oh, go on.
Zero is going to go to where they are all staying and start to read the alchemy book about
All right.
fairy powder.
All right. So for those who are looking for the next boat, you're able to find a quick charter for whatever other place you're looking. Excuse me. Wherever you're going next, to any of the other isles for pretty dirt cheap gold pieces. And with that, let's all sort of discuss. And that's the end of our session, actually, right now. So I'll let my players sort of plug. If there's any other games, if they're doing anything fun, any of the sort. Or anything, or if not, I can just plug away for myself. And coolio.
Got nothing to plug for myself, so.
Neither do I.
All right.
I have nothing
I'm
on
good.
my end.
All right. So, since my players don't have anything to plug, I am Amen Doctor. You can find me doing both this game, this D&D game, as well as another game on Sundays. at 12 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, rolling some dice in Candlekeep. Or if you've seen my other campaign, which was on Sundays, is basically the same format. However, it is with our lovely players under the tutelage of, let me pull up an image, browse. Download. Documents, photos. How do I? Of the lovely, and quite funny. I thought I did download. If, actually, I'll just, if you've seen my Twitter, you will know exactly what I'm talking about. Of Cinnamon K. You can see, of our lovely Cobalt Cinnamon K. And I will be continuing doing that campaign. So, for those who might want to, donate on over, feel free to check the donation list down below, or see the commands to sort of screw around with either this campaign or the next one. And with that, we will raid on over to Cypher. So, thank you all for coming on by, and we will all see you on a later date. Bye-bye.
Yep. Bye.
Bye.
See ya.
Woo! Da, 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 da. Da, 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 da. Right now, woo! Okay.